Hi there, and welcome to my next video on my YouTube channel, Natural Harmony with Lorelei. It's great to see you here again on this, or maybe for the first time on this beautiful day, at least weather-wise. I hope the rest of your day is nice too. Mine's for sure is, and it's a pleasure again to standing here in nature again and doing one of my walk and talk videos and talk with things about you. And for today, I wanted to talk with you about um, so many hats that we are wearing and so many advice you have all over the internet or from friends or family how to balance your life. And well, actually, I'm a single mom and I've raised my children by myself. And from when they were very young up till now, they're young adults. And I'm telling you, I'm telling you from my perspective, anyhow, that balancing your life is I'm not even trying. The only balance I try to have in my life now is the balance between um, things I have to do and things to relax myself. I think those are the two scales you can have in your life to balance out. Um, I have been reading books about it, of how to do it, because, being a single mom, you have to do a lot of things yourself. I've usually had more or less, I had no support system actually. And I enjoy it immensely, but I do know that finding balance in everything you do, I don't really believe in that, because you can have balanced everything out and sorted it out and scheduled it all. And then one of the kids, you get a call from home because one of your kids just bruised, damaged, blood wound, whatever. I mean, then your whole schedule is, for me at least, out of the window. That's just clear. Nothing's more important than taking care of my kid at that moment. And there's many things in life that can sidetrack you and get you off balance. So I think it's very, very difficult, and I'm not even trying to balance it out in that perspective, in that detail. Um, I believe there is a book that says something about personal leadership. It's from Stephen Covey. It's a very famous book. I've read it too, and you can take some things from it. Um, However, you can see sometimes, sorry I'm to say, but it's written by a man. It's all, and for a woman, things look a little bit differently sometimes, because of all the tasks and things you're doing now. I have to be careful because in this day and age, we're all feminists and independent and stuff like that. But for me personally, having to raise my kids by myself, with virtually no support system, the balance that I'm really proud of that I have now, only achieved probably lately, is to find a balance between taking some good self care and some relaxing time, and uh, and things that you just have to do because things need to be done. But before I go deeper into that, I hope you find it interesting enough to stick around and listen to my walk and talk thing here, and I hope you can enjoy the environment that I'm showing you around while I'm walking here around. And I will flip the screen, and in case you didn't know it yet, you probably heard it already. English is not my mother tongue. Um, I'm doing my best, and I will make mistakes, grammar mistakes, wrongful use of words, but I hope you can see or listen through that and still enjoy and maybe resonate to what I'm saying in this particular video. So I will flip the screen now and show you around and continue my talk. Right, so here I am showing you around in another piece of nature where I am at this moment. It's beautiful. Well, I find it beautiful, and I really, really enjoy being here. Once again, taking my walk and talk videos, recording it here for you. And I hope you can enjoy it. And speaking of that, um, I was talking about actually how your life can be such a juggling act, really. I mean, and to find one balance in that, I didn't give it up. I just came to the conclusion that it's virtually impossible. I mean, you can wear a lot of hats, but you can find balance. You can't find balance in that. I think I just split it up into, it's like things that need to be done and my self-care, free time. And that's already a big thing to have find a balance in that most of the time. So I know it's all over the internet, and books are written about it and how to find your balance and a balanced life. And I noticed that many of those books actually, and programs and online programs and courses, they are written or created by men, which is fine, of course. I mean, nothing wrong with men. But life looks a little bit different for them than what it looks for a woman, many times a mother with children. And in my case, and many other people's case, um, you have I have a single life. I'm a single mom. And I also must say, I think, you know, balancing is finding balance isn't really natural for me because most of the time I have this thought of I have to do it all, and yeah, I have to achieve it all. I have to be very good in all of it, and that's a drive. That's okay, I believe, but you can also hit a wall after a while in that, and that made me think through things a lot more deeper, and. And then the first thing I started to do is like, okay, to find any kind of balance, I need to have a balanced home. At least my home, where I live, my home needs to be balanced. And that means for me, keeping out a lot of influence from outside and just let my house be a home and a base for where I can take on the rest of the life. And that works pretty well actually. And I do must say I live in a forest, and it's nice. I can just step outside the door and I'm in the forest doing my walks, doing my writing because it's a I live in the forest in a cabin with my three children. So um, yeah, it's also perfect for my writing, for my other creative things. But it hasn't always been like that because the moment the phone rang or other things from the outside world came in between, then that balance is a little bit damaged in your house. I mean, even from, I remember the school days when the kids went to a new school and they have a policy of visiting the parents at home so they can see the living environment of the children. And that's all nice and well, but I don't particularly want those people in my house. So that doesn't give me a good feeling at all. If I want somebody in my house, I will invite them. But I can tell you, I'm pretty sharp on my privacy in that respect. And not because I don't like other people, but I know the balance is very important to keep in my house, in my home. My home base is a very important thing for me. I have lost it a little bit of one time actually during because of my divorce, and I had to shelter with my children somewhere in other people's in somebody else's house, and I think that was a little bit of a shock, and so it made me realize you need a home base. And I know home is where the heart is, but you need to have a home for that. And the first home is inside of you, and the second one is a really nice physical home where you can feel good and feel relaxed and pull back and take the rest on from there. So, from this book just told you about personal leadership, it advises, if I'm correct, to not take on board more than 7 roles in your life. And well, I had to start working on that one because I was wearing way too many hats. I was taking on way too many roles, and yeah, that's not healthy. I can tell you, it's not healthy. Perhaps you know it's not healthy. So because maybe you can relate to what I'm saying, maybe it resonates to you, or maybe you know somebody in your surroundings who has to deal with that, and that you really would like to advise them to slow down a bit and you know review the whole situation again. And coming back to those 7 roles, it's beautiful. I can come to 7 roles, but then when you go into those roles, I mean, hallelujah, there's so much more that those roles bring with them. And I mean, it's impossible to find really balance. I believe it's impossible to find balance in all of this. And the tricky part of finding balance into all of this, in all these hats you're wearing, is that the moment one hat falls off, or in other words, something goes wrong or something goes differently than what you had all figured out with your balance, then you feel off balanced. Now, that's not good because, I mean, you can be flexible, but when you're off balance because you're not in balance, then something's wrong there, I believe. And I learned it because I thought that it was my duty for the children, for stability, that it was all very important to find a balance in everything. And I must say, I never succeeded in that. and I'm not even trying to anymore. And now, life goes much smoother. It's much smoother. Things go, things flow, and if they don't, they don't. And then I move on, or my kids they move on and take on another challenge and another thing to do. And that flows much better than the pressure of, oh my God, it's not imbalanced anymore because I should have done this instead. And right now it would be the time to do this. And it's just more headache and heartache to do it that way. I strongly believe in that. But I must say, whatever I'm saying in this video is what I share from my personal life. It's my personal opinion. And of course, you don't have to agree with that at all. You can be inspired by it, or it might give you an idea to something, or it might spur you on to something, or you can just say, I don't think this lady is what she's saying is where it's at all, and that's fine too, because we're all the same. Not nobody's the same, and we all have different lives in different countries, and with different things going on in our lives. But perhaps you would like to share some of it in the comments, and it will be so interesting to read other people's views on this or experiences. It's nice to connect that way. It's very nice to connect that way. It's different to connect that way than having people around all in your house all of the time. Well, as I said, that's my opinion. I'll show you a little bit this beautiful sunshine here. It's really coming through in this pretty autumn morning. It's almost noon actually. I'm already quite some time here in the forest and just can't get enough of it. I hope you enjoy too what I'm showing you here. And coming back to this balance, I believe that one of the hats you have to wear for sure is the hat of self-care. That's an important one, and that's, I must admit, um, I have been neglecting it many times, and probably still am sometimes, but I really see now that it's so important. And some people see it already from a young age. I see young influencers, young people. They really know how to go for that. But I'm in my 60s, and I think I brought up slightly differently or with different values. And sometimes taking care of yourself was more like a luxury. You only can take care of yourself or do other things that you like to do, creative things, only when the work is done. You understand? Maybe you've heard it, or you heard, if you're younger, you heard your parents or grandparents talk like that. Oh, hello. All of a sudden, there's a little dog here standing. Oh, obvious. Okay, that was fun. So he's off back to his human parents, so to speak. So yes, coming back to this balance, I found myself a new word for it, and I even named my YouTube channel to it. It's called natural harmony. I think natural harmony is such a better way to describe, much kinder way to describe than I have to balance things out and I have to keep things in balance. And I believe if you just stick with what's natural for you and your natural harmony, then you're already well on your way. I think by having a calmer life and having, well, I can't escape the word a balanced life, but no, a more aligned life. I think is the word I'm looking for, an aligned life, because I am a single mom and I do have a part-time job, and there's other things I can do. You probably too. You can do a lot of things, and but trying to do all of them what you can do, because I think it's a duty that I can do as much as I can because my kids will benefit from it, but not really, because I can create digital products, I can do coaching, I can build websites, I can, there's a lot of things, and not to boost myself here, but I just have to slow it down. And I say, well, no, because that's too many hats, too many, side tracks for me, and I will never in a million years find my personal harmony, my inner harmony, my natural harmony. And standing here doing my walk and talk videos is a great new outlet I found, and I hope you enjoy it too. And I hope my words can spark you to do something for yourself, something different, something new, something that needs to be changed, or you find out that you're actually doing a great job and for yourself and for your environment, and you do feel if you do feel that you're already living your natural harmony, oh, so that's all the better if you can realize that, like, you know, you pat on your shoulder, that you can do it, that you can have this harmony, this, well, this kind of balanced life, which is not a balanced life, but a life according to how you see fit and how you feel comfortable with it. So, so I believe even if it's work or something you love, or you might love work as well, but or something or you love or other things, they're still important, and you just choose from it and be aligned with it, and don't force yourself into balancing everything out. It's not necessary. It's very fashionable. It's all over magazines and the internet, and full of coaches, you know, who promising to you can find your balance. I have coached, and I think I'm in a different category kind of coach. That I believe, no, don't try to balance it out, because you will, yeah, you will be disappointed one day, and because then you feel like you have not achieved something. And the best thing is to find that you to feel like, yeah, I have achieved something. I feel good. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So just juggle away and do it your way. I think that's the most important, anyhow. You know, keep an eye on what drains you, and keep an eye on what gives you energy, and I think you're well on your way of feeling good and juggling in a very nice way with all your hats and all your roles. And for now, I hope you have enjoyed what I have been showing you here, the area where I am. It was a bit crowded because, well, crowded means I met a dog and some runner just passed me quickly, but anyhow, I hope to see you in my next video for sure. I hope you take the liberty, or you take, not you take liberty. That's a wrongful use of words. I hope you feel like leaving a comment here, inspire me with something, or give me new ideas, or maybe a sign of appreciation, and or wherever it sparked you on. Just leave some comment if you want. If you don't, of course you don't. And in the meantime, do take care of yourself. Take care of your inner harmony, of your natural harmony. Take care of yourself, your loved ones. And I really hope to see you next time in my next video. Bye.